So yeah, in today's video we will gonna talk about death and do we know what will gonna happen after death. And so yeah, so first of all, I would like to say you that the simplest answer that do we know what will gonna happen after death is I don't know what will gonna happen after death, and I don't think anybody is on the earth knows what will gonna happen after death. So what we're gonna do is the little thought experiment, like to understand where we were before our birth and what will gonna happen after that. So so yeah, I'll try to answer some of the questions like does soul exist and what about afterlife and all of that things. So yeah, so let's begin with the simple thought experiment, that is, try to imagine your date of birth. Suppose you born in 2000. So let's subtract some of the number, like imagine, let's subtract some of the number and you got 1950. Okay, World War II. So try to imagine where you were when World War II were going. So and try to subtract some more numbers, like where you were in 1250, where you were in billions of years ago, where you were in the time of creation of Earth, where you were all of those time. So the simplest answer is we don't know, and the answer is nothingness. When we try to imagine where we were before our birth, then the simplest answer is blankness. We don't get any answer from it. We feel like I don't know where I were before my birth, but I certainly know after that, after the birth. So we have experienced some form of death. Like if we equate, if we believe, if we understand, if we just, yeah, try to do a thought experiment that where we were before the birth, then we will get the idea of death, because overall we were death before our birth and we have experienced some form of death. So after imagining this thought, what do you understand by it? You have experienced the death, and it was nothing like the way most of the religions present it, like some form of heaven or hell or anything like that. But it is not like that. It is simply blankness. You were death before the birth of your before your birth. So you have experienced the death, and everybody have experienced the death. So yeah, that is the thought experiment, and that is what I think that will gonna happen after the death as well, because that is the most plausible answer, and that is what science and all the understanding of us suggests, that we are a biological being, and our consciousness arises from the biology and all the processes which happens in our brain, and eventually we will gonna die and the biological process will gonna be end. And yeah, that is what happen in most of the animals, and science consider us to be animal, in category of mammal. So yeah, that is the most plausible answer. So that is one of the thought experiment. I'm not suggesting that this is the answer, that what how you think. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that this is the answer, that the death is blankness or any answer. I'm not suggesting any of the answer. I'm just giving you a thought experiment that it may be the answer. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure about it. It's just a thought experiment. So yeah, that is what I think gonna happen after that. So yeah, so I hope you got some perspective for the death. uh, yeah, so thank you for watching the video.